You think the biggest threat to your liver is alcohol, or fast food, or some rare disease. The number one cause of acute liver failure in the United States is sitting in your medicine cabinet right now. And the terrifying part? Most people take it every single week, totally convinced it's safe. By the end of this video, you're going to look at your medicine cabinet completely differently. We're going to cover 3 things. Why your liver is the most important organ you never think about. The hidden everyday habit that is silently overloading it right now, and what you can do starting today to give it a fighting chance. The miracle organ. Here's the thing, your liver has a secret that most people never hear. Its very name is a biological clue. The first 4 letters of the word liver spell live. That is not a coincidence. This organ is the physiological cornerstone of your existence. I want you to imagine a city that never sleeps. A city with over 500 different departments all running simultaneously, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That city is your liver. Every single minute, it's managing your digestion, regulating your hormones, controlling your blood sugar, neutralizing toxins, and producing bile to break down your food. Without it, you wouldn't survive more than a few hours. Let's break this down. Your liver has 3 critical jobs that affect every system in your body. First, digestion. It produces bile, the biological detergent that breaks down fats. Second, biotransformation, the scientific term for detox. It grabs fat-soluble toxins and converts them into water-soluble compounds your kidneys can flush out. Third, energy regulation. It stores glycogen and releases it between meals to keep your blood sugar stable. When it's working well, you feel steady, focused, and energized all day. When it's not, you crash. Body burden. Now here's where this gets real. Your liver isn't failing because of one thing. It's failing because of everything all at once. And there's a name for this: body burden. Think of your liver's capacity like a glass of water. Every stressor in your life adds a little more water to that glass. For most of human history, that glass stayed manageable. Our livers evolved over 50,000 years to handle natural metabolic waste. But the world has changed more in the last 50 years than it did in the previous 50,000. And we've added a completely new layer of stressors that our biology was never built to handle. The layers of modern body burden build up in sequence. Metabolic waste, the unavoidable byproduct of cellular life. Then endohormones, the natural hormones your body produces that the liver must break down and clear. Then exohormones, synthetic hormones entering your system through contaminated water and animal feed. Then environmental toxins, pesticides, heavy metals, household chemicals. Then dietary stressors. And finally pharmaceuticals. The final layer, and for millions of people, the one that pushes everything over the edge. When that glass overflows, when the total body burden exceeds the liver's threshold, the organ doesn't just slow down. It starts to fail. And the downstream effects hit every system in your body. Dietary threats. Let's talk about what you're eating, because 2 specific ingredients are adding so much weight to that glass that millions of people are hovering right at their threshold and don't even know it. First is fructose. Your liver is the only organ in your entire body that can metabolize fructose. Not your muscles. Not your brain. Just your liver. Every other cell in your body runs on glucose. But fructose, the sugar in table sugar, high fructose corn syrup, and agave, is processed exclusively in the liver. So every time you drink a soda or eat a processed snack, you're dumping the entire sugar burden on one organ. Over time, this leads to fat accumulation in liver cells, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease affecting tens of millions of people who don't drink alcohol at all. Second bomb is processed omega-6 seed oils, corn oil, soybean oil, safflower oil. These didn't exist in the human diet at any meaningful scale until the 20th century. Today, the average American consumes over 40 liters of soybean oil per year, per person. These oils are highly inflammatory. They drive the liver into a constant state of oxidative stress. Instead of detoxifying and regulating, it's constantly fighting an internal fire. That fire is what ultimately manifests as type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. The medicine cabinet threat. Now I need you to pay very close attention, because this next part is what most health content refuses to say out loud. The number one cause of acute liver failure in the United States is not alcohol. It is acetaminophen, the active ingredient in Tylenol. Remember our glass of water? Imagine it's already sitting 3/4 full from years of fructose, seed oils, environmental toxins, and daily metabolic stress. Your threshold is close. Then you catch a cold. You take a Tylenol for the fever. You take NyQuil at night. You pop an Excedrin for the headache. 3 separate products. 3 separate decisions. One shared, dangerous ingredient, acetaminophen. An overdose of acetaminophen can destroy 50% of a person's liver cells in less than 1 week. And the danger isn't just intentional overdose, it's accidental accumulation. Because acetaminophen is hidden in hundreds of products. NyQuil and Dayquil, Excedrin, Alka-Seltzer Plus, Mucinex and Robitussin, and many prescription pain medications. And to be fair, this isn't just an acetaminophen problem. NSAIDs like ibuprofen, naproxen, and aspirin are primarily associated with stomach and gut damage. But they still add meaningful metabolic load to your liver. When you're already close to threshold, these aren't neutral choices. The rule: when your body burden is already high, a standard dose of a common painkiller carries far more risk than it would for someone with a clear, unburdened liver. Context is everything. Here's the part nobody tells you, and it's the most important part of this entire video. Your liver is arguably the most resilient organ in the human body. Unlike your heart or your brain, it has an extraordinary regenerative capacity. If you remove the burden, even if half of its cells have been damaged, it can fully regenerate itself in as little as 1 month. 1 month. That is not a metaphor. That is biology. So here are 3 habits you can start this week. First, audit your medicine cabinet. Go through every product and check the active ingredients. Never stack products that contain acetaminophen. Second, target fructose and seed oils first. Read ingredient labels and swap your cooking oil. Those 2 changes alone will meaningfully reduce your liver's daily load. Third, think in terms of total body burden. Every choice you make either adds to the glass or keeps it level. The world has changed more in the last 50 years than it did in the previous 50,000. Your liver is ancient biology trying to survive a modern world it was never built for, and now you know how to help it. If this video gave you a new perspective, tell me, what's the first thing you're going to check in your medicine cabinet? Drop it in the comment.